It is time for another edition of Litter Media Live, the Friday edition on this Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's.
To all.
I jumped into bed last night or this morning, whenever I got done with everything for the ball game last night, and I went to my wife and I said, Happy Valentine's Day. And she goes, Happy Valentine's Day. I said, no, I said Valentine's. I don't know how many people do that. They seem to get that mixed up somehow.
Yeah.
It's like Portsmouth and Portsmouth. It depends on where you're from, I guess. Mm-hmm. But it is time for Vala, I guess. Might be the way to do it. But happy Valentine's Day to you. It's one of those made-up holidays that we all spend too much money on. Well, except for Mike. I'm sure he doesn't spend any money on it at all.
Well, we go out to dinner. We treat each other that way.
Ah, that's nice. That's nice. A good meal, fatten the calf, so to speak. Is that what it? Or no, it's the fatted calf.
Who are you calling a fatted calf?
I didn't. I didn't.
Who are you saying is a fatted calf?
Well, we need to talk.
Are you trying to tell me my wife?
We have been betrothed for a long time to our respective spouses. But this guy to our immediate left.
He's still on the hook.
This is your first Valentine's Day as an engaged individual.
True.
This is true.
How does this happen? I mean, what's the plan? Are you going to convey any secrets here this morning, or?
No, we'll probably just go to Hometown Hibachi or something. Mm-hmm. That's our plan.
You think that'll be enough?
Yeah.
Is she buying?
Yeah.
She does?
No.
Or is this like Barney and Thelma Lou? It's Dutch Tree, you know.
He'll find out.
I'll find out. She makes more money than me, probably.
You think?
They get a lot of tips over there.
I think
at roast.
I think he's strongly exaggerating that point. Right
Well,
there.
he's fishing for tips here, too.
I got that, yeah.
We got tips for you. Plant your corn early.
Do not play in the traffic.
Let's get to the forecast for this weekend as we jump into it. It's going to be wet, from what I understand.
Well, the yo-yo keeps going here in Ohio, but it's Ohio weather. Stick around, it'll change. Increasing clouds for today with a high of 36. Slight chance of snow possible for the overnight tonight through tomorrow, low 27, then rain throughout the day. It might start out as a little bit of a freezing rain mix, but then warming up. 48 Saturday's high, and yes, you could see as much as 2 inches of rain.
Do you see the calculations per hour on our forecast here? Like almost 0.2 of an inch at 10 a.m., then almost 0.4, and then 1 a.m. Sunday morning, almost an inch of rain at that moment in time.
Yeah, they said rain heavy at times, but then that turns to possible snow Sunday afternoon. Much cooler for Monday, although sunshine, and a high of 27. I think I saw some single-digit nighttime lows next week.
I will take this rain. Just don't let it be ice or snow.
Or flooding.
Yeah.
But there are some flood watches out for, I think, north of us.
Right. And you know how that goes. That eventually comes down to us. So we'll see some heavy water, no doubt, on the side of the river later. All right, coming up in a moment, look at what's making news for us today. So stay close for that. We also have our Neil Coleman Insurance, Wyandotte Mutual, Litter Media Player of the Week presented by Homeland Credit Union. That comes up during sports just around the corner. But first, let's tell you about Scioto Valley Dumpsters. The number to reach them, 740-253-8389. They have dumpsters available for your personal use or for your commercial use. Find out more at 740-253-8389.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. You can learn more about the Bean Foundation when you click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com. While you're at littermedia.com, take a look at the news stories we have available for you. Also, our social media contact information, Litter Media Radio, Spotify. It's all up in the right-hand corner of our website, littermedia.com.
Top of the news this morning. Pickaway County Port Authority is one of 5 sites in the state of Ohio that will be prepared for future economic development with support from the All Ohio Future Fund. $86 million will go to the Pickaway Port Authority for infrastructure upgrades to support the development of more than 1,000 acres, including $70 million to support the Anduril Industries manufacturing site, Arsenal 1, there in Pickaway County. Rhiannon Gill, Executive Director of the Garden Family Advocacy Center, was our special edition guest yesterday. We'd had a story on this previously, but Rhiannon came in to talk more about why changing the name to this from the long-standing Ross Child Protection Center.
The agency was incorporated in 1997, so we've been serving children of this county for a very long time. Unfortunately, we had a problem with being misrecognized as Children's Services quite often. But in addition to that, when the agency was originally incorporated, we only saw children from Ross County. But over the years, our services have expanded into the surrounding counties to include everything from Scioto all the way up, well into Fayette County as well. So it was really important that we recognize that we're not just serving Ross County, but that we're also serving children from other counties as well as their families who are non-offending members.
Hear more about what they had to say when you log on to littermedia.com and go to our YouTube channel and also here on Facebook. Ohio University Chillicothe is seeking nominations for the 2025 Distinguished Alumni Award presented to the Ohio University Chillicothe alumni who are making a difference as leaders in the community. Nominations are open through March 14th. Where can they find those?
At Ohio University Chillicothe.
Okay.
Did you know that February is National Canned Food Month? Well, if you didn't, it's a perfect time to refresh your pantry and emergency supply kit. Canned foods are long-lasting, nutritious, and essential during power outages, storms, and unexpected events. And this reminder coming to us from our friends up at the Pickaway County Health Department.
The best of Ross County is on display at the Pump House Center for the Arts. This is the high school art show exhibit, and it remains open for viewing right through February 28th. They have 85 entries from 6 high schools here locally.
You know, we didn't get note of this until the day of the judging. So we missed out on who the winners were, like we've had stories in recent years, so we apologize for that. But
we're going to send somebody over to check it out.
If you go down there and see the exhibit, which is open through the end of February, you'll see it all.
Is that on the docket for today? He's going
Probably not today, probably next week.
Probably next week? Okay.
Yes.
Very good.
Just make sure it's before February 28th. And you still have a story you're working on for Lancaster?
Yes, that's on the docket today.
Okay.
I thought that was done already.
No, the video portion is not done.
Okay.
So that might be something you'll talk about on Monday then. We'll put that in the notes for Monday. Road report. Again, our daily use of the road report probably won't come around until March, but as we've told you over the winter, anytime we have any special traffic situations, we'll pass that along to you. And this is going to be something that'll take place each day next week in Chillicothe. East 7th Street will be closed between South Mulberry and South Hickory Monday through Friday. That's 17th through the 21st, 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. The city says they'll do their best to maintain the traffic flow on Madeira Avenue. So just beware. A lot of these projects have been taking place here in recent months, and I imagine it will probably continue throughout the year.
Coming up in a moment to look at sports, our player of the week, and this date in history is just around the corner. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. They've been doing this for nearly 5 decades, got things up and running in 1977, and they have expanded greatly. In fact, their territory, the footprint for Accurate, reaches up to Columbus, over to Dayton, all the way over to Athens, and down to the Ohio River. But they are local for you, and they work in your community. They do everything in your community, so they're local. You want to find out more? Click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com. Takes you right to their website, which is accuratehvac.com.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
As a basketball coach and a dad, I need to be able to keep up.
Mark came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc.
I was so confident in Dr. Fleming. He explained everything.
Together, they decided on minimally invasive spinal surgery to relieve Mark's pain and get him back to what matters most. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Littermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Littermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
And we'll be making that announcement for this week's Player of the Week coming up here in just a few short moments. In sports, we start with last night's boys basketball contest. Our Littermedia game of the week last night was Ross County Christian Academy hosting Westfall, and it was a shootout.
Yeah, it was.
92-80, the final score. Nice crowd out at OU Chillicothe's Shoemaker Center. I hadn't been in there for a game in a long time. And it was good to see bodies in the gymnasium again. Yeah. That's not for Dance for Kids' sake or another
COVID
or a health fair or something like that. Yeah. They've not had sports at OUC for 3 years now. Yeah. And which was, for those of us who were there during the runs for Hilltoppers, state championships and conference championships and everything, the trophy cases are just loaded with trophies that there are kids seeing that for the first time. They're like, who is this? Yeah. And I know talking with Roy Kelly last night, the athletic director for RCCA, he mentioned to me, some of our people coming to games are looking up at all those banners up on the wall and are like, this really happened here? Right. And yes, it was the case. But last night, both teams had players in double figures. And there were 53 points scored in the second quarter alone.
Wow.
It was not easy to keep up with. It was a lot of fun last night to do. Appreciate Dr. Valerie Jones. She was on a halftime with us, superintendent for RCCA. They're up to 500 students now. Mm-hmm. That's incredible.
Yeah.
And she said just a few short years ago when Jake Grooms and Mike McCarter got together to start the Christian Academy, there were 25 students.
Wow.
So they have expanded greatly in recent years. They're in 3 different locations now. Had Zion Baptist Church pastor J. Troy Gray on at halftime. He and I went to broadcast school together. That's where we first met 45 years ago. And then Roy Kelly joined us. And Roy was very insightful with and BJ Daly texted him and he says, Roy's going to take my job. I said, no, you've got nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. But appreciate the hospitality they gave us. They had these nachos with chili sauce and sour cream. I skipped on the jalapenos, but they call it the nest. You got to go just for the food. Wow. It was good. But they've got a game tonight, the Eagles. They will be on the road to Millersport this evening. Then they're back at it Saturday night. They will have Miami Valley Homeschool bringing their team, and that will be senior night. So they've got a handful of seniors that have spent their high school careers, and we wish them well. They were a lot of fun to watch last night. You can read more about it. You can hear the game broadcasts, hear the post-game interviews, all available at littermedia.com. And you're back at it tomorrow, but we'll touch on that in just a bit because there were girls' tournament games played last night.
Yeah, that tournament action's in full swing, as you can see here on our Litter Media scoreboard. Division 5 girls' tournament winners last night include Adena, Huntington, Piketon, Alexander, Minford, North Adams, Chesapeake, Wheelersburg, Ironton, River Valley. Division 6, Belpre, Coalgrove, White Oak, Ripley, who is new to the Southeast District this year. Their girls' basketball team is pretty good. I've been watching a lot of their scores throughout the year. Division 7, Southern, South Galley, who's also pretty tough. Sims Valley, Fisher Catholic, and Fairfield Christian, all winners. There's one girls' tournament game tonight in our coverage area, and that is in the Central District, Pickerington North at Lancaster in Division 1. Everything else that's being played in our area tonight is boys' regular season basketball.
I want to say Amanda Clear Creek girls are playing tonight.
Well, I checked
also
the schedule, and I wasn't seeing that. So right? You may be right. We'll have to double check, but a quick scan of that a while ago, couldn't find that. Girls tournament action on the radio tomorrow. Litter Media Radio has Unioto taking on Athens. That's a 2 o'clock tip-off at Unioto High School. I'll be out at the U with airtime at 1:50 tomorrow. Aaron will be there taking pictures as well. Stay away from the cheerleaders, will you, Aaron?
That's tough to do at Unioto. Yeah. I mean, they're everywhere.
I mean, they really are. It's hard to get down there if you're taking photos on the baseline. You're in a crowd.
Yes.
Do cheerleaders normally show up for girls' games?
Yeah.
Sometimes in the tournaments they will.
Okay.
But not always. That just depends on the school. I've seen that vary from time to time.
Depends upon the size of the cheerleading squad. I know Taze Valley had their girls at the girls' basketball contests that I've been to, and that's because they have those huge competition squads, and I think Unioto falls into that category.
Yes, sir. So check us out tomorrow on the radio.
How about those Taze Valley wrestlers in the OCC for the first time? And I tell you, they do a fantastic job. Coach up there has been great for 30-plus years now. 7-0 in the OCC. Buckeye. Lancaster was the only stiff competition, it looks like. Well, Logan, not too bad at 5-2. But, man, Taze Valley went and dominated. Congratulations to Coach Todd. Also for you, OSU women in action last night.
That was a tough one.
This one was down to the wire, and it came up on a blocked shot, 87-84. Was this overtime?
Yes, sir.
In OT. So the Ohio State women, after losing to USC and UCLA last week, have a tough contest with Minnesota here at home, but they keep on rolling in the Big Ten.
Oh, by the way, number 7 USC knocked off number 1 UCLA last night, UCLA's first women's basketball loss of the year. And you had something on Liberty?
Yes, Javon Mothmer had 8 points in Liberty University's 64-54 win over New Mexico State late last night. It's the 20th win of the season. They're 20-5 are the Flames now, and they're at UTEP tomorrow night. It'll be another late night. So if Pastor Mike Mothmer shows up a little bleary-eyed on Sunday morning, it's because he was staying up late watching his son Javon play. That's, I guess, better to have him there Sunday morning bleary-eyed than for him to be at UTEP on Saturday night, catch the red eye, and then fly in.
Right.
So far cheaper to watch it on TV as well. So now it is time for our Neil Coleman Insurance, Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. We go to the wrestling world this time around. SVC champion David Warner. He was a champion of the 165-pound class, but not only that, SVC Wrestler of the Year. First time for Adina Wrestling that they've had that honor bestowed upon them. So congratulations to David Warner. If you would like to make your nomination of a player, no matter the sport, as long as it's amateur, make sure that you email us. Just go to littermedia@gmail.com. Put in Player of the Week. If you've got a photo you want to include, that'd be great too. Tell us more about the player. And of course, you can find all the players of the week so far this year on our website, littermedia.com. Just click on Players of the Week. Coming up in a moment, this date in history, we go back to when?
1818.
Details next.
Also telling you about our great sponsor, Litter Quality Propane, custom tank colors and wraps. Find out how a propane tank can be beautiful at litterpropane.com.
As a professional race car driver, I live for speed, power, and performance, on and off the track. That's why I use the Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Race into your local dealership today and test drive a new Dixie Chopper.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
For 50 years now, Haynes Total Health Care Center has been helping our community through chiropractic, physical therapy, and nutritional needs. They see about 50,000 patients a year. It's absolutely incredible. It's staggering. But they see from pediatrics to geriatrics, so all wide ranges. Chiropractic for your health. Find out more when you click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com. Click on it, and it takes you right to HaynesHealth.com. This date in history, 1818. I've seen this guy in Chillicothe.
Yeah. What a majestic-looking man. I mean, isn't he, though?
Yeah.
Frederick Douglass was born on this date in 1818.
Great spokesman.
A towering figure of American history. He was born enslaved as Frederick Augustus Washington Bailey in 1818 in Talbot County, Maryland. He would go on to make a daring escape north and became one of the most famous people in the 19th century in America. As a celebrated orator, author, and activist, he became a powerful and eloquent voice, not only for the abolition of slavery, but for broader human rights. Frederick Douglass, born on this date in 1818.
When Tom Kuhn was the director of the Ross County Historical Society, he had an enactor who would come in and portray Frederick Douglass. And I had been here working late for whatever reason, a ball game or something, I can't remember. But as I was driving down Fifth Street, going by the museum, Frederick Douglass was walking the street, getting into his car. And I stopped. He was talking with Tom Kuhn there, and I said, how do I not stop and say hi? It was pretty incredible to see that. By the way, Ross County Christian Academy playing their games at OU Chillicothe this year. VFW 108 has paid the rent for them to play their games at OUC. hats off to the VFW Post for what they do here locally. Those are things that you don't hear about. Yeah. And caught word of that last night, and a number of the officials from Ross County Christian Academy were saying, we want to say thanks to VFW 108 because they made this possible for us.
That's great.
So tip of the cap, and they had Veterans Appreciation Night last night. It was really cool to see them representing all the military, had the banners running out. The kids from their Biddy basketball team were running out with the military flags. It was pretty cool to see all that take place. All right, that's it for today's program. We're back at it again next week with another series of daily shows. We want to remind you again, Litter Media Game of the Week tournament season tips off tomorrow, and that will be with Mike Smith at Unioto. Looking forward to that.
And keep watching our website for all of the tournament scores. Also, possibly some swimming results over the weekend.
Swimming, and we've got the bowling today that's going on with the girls out at Shawnee Lanes. So we'll catch up with all that for you as well at littermedia.com. So enjoy your weekend. Happy Valentine's Day from Dan and Mike and Aaron, who's off mic.